how is this going to work? Well, I thought, I have a twin self who is everything. I don't want to be king of the world. I don't want to be a great violinist. I did want to be, however, a photographer. Why a photographer? I don't know, I just picked photography. And so the first time I took a jump was kind of a shock to me. I was going into another dimension, which turned out to be another universe, where I was already a fantastically successful photographer. And this is exactly what happened. I closed my eyes and went into the meditative state. Now, meditation is the jumping off place. Why? Because when you're meditating, you're concentrating. You're totally concentrated. That's the whole idea of meditation. Normally, you've got all kinds of butterflies flitting through your mind. You hear a sound that reminds you of something. You smell something, it reminds you of something. You're uncomfortable, it reminds you of something. When you're meditating, you're thinking of one thing only. So that's the concentration that is necessary. So my first thing is meditating. And then I used a quantum jumping concept, which eventually turned into the manner in which we reach our doppelganger or our twin self that has the attributes, talent that we want. And my intention was, and intent is very important, my intention was to reach this doppelganger of mine. And now I'm sitting with my eyes closed, and all of a sudden, I imagine that I'm seeing an old-fashioned camera with a hood, with a man over it with a hood. And it's me. I know it's me because that was my intention. And I see this guy with his hood. I couldn't see his face because he had this hood over him. And I said, I want to be a great photographer. And I hear, take a lot of pictures. And I says, what? And he says, take a lot of pictures. I says, what do you mean, take a lot of pictures? I don't need you for that. And he goes like this. He like waves me away. And I says, oh, this is crazy. But I've got to see it through. So I buy a camera. This is long before digital. And some film. And I took a lot of pictures. And I have them developed, and I lay them out, and I got a lot of pictures. And none of them are any good. Well, I go back. Well, if it doesn't work, I'm going to try it again. So I go back, and I get a sense I see the same guy. I said, hey, I took a lot of pictures, and all the time I'm thinking, am I having a nervous breakdown or what? This is crazy. But I'm going ahead with it anyway. I says, hey, I took a lot of pictures, but it didn't work. And the guy says, plant yourself. And I says, what? He says, plant yourself. I said, what do you mean, plant yourself? And again, I get this. Go away. Now what? Take a lot of pictures and plant yourself. So I says, this is crazy. I'm letting it go. In the meantime, I bought a nice camera. And I'm in San Diego, and I figure I'm going to go to the marina because I got to get a nice picture of the boats. So I go, and I'm walking around on some rocks. And the rocks are slippery. And so that I won't slip, I slam my feet down to get a better purchase. And all of a sudden, it comes to me, gee, I'm planting myself. I wonder if that's what was meant. So now I'm planting myself, and now I'm going to take a lot of pictures. Now, if you're planting yourself in one spot and you're taking a lot of pictures, you are the tripod. So I'm standing in one spot, and I'm going like this. I'm taking like 100 pictures. And I have them developed, and I want to see if I got a good one. So I'm taking the pictures, and I'm laying them all on the bed, seeing which is the best one. But something is happening. I'm not looking at 105 pictures. I'm looking at one picture. It was like a jigsaw puzzle. It was one, and the picture was just unbelievable. Now here is the picture. You can actually see the picture. And that's the picture, the actual picture that I took in San Diego. And I started thinking, did I really get information from somebody in another dimension? Apparently so, but no, it can't be. Yeah, I didn't believe it myself. People sometimes tell me they're skeptical. Nobody's more skeptical than me because it doesn't really make sense. How can you talk to yourself? I don't understand. Let me try it with something else. So a little bit later on, I tried it with something else. I tried it with writing. I turned into a writer. I tried it with piano. I started playing the piano, as you may have heard. But what truly boggled me totally because I'm always investigating this, was when I started to paint. I had never painted before. And if you would ask me to paint a picture of a person, I would draw a circle and dots for the eyes, you know, a stick figure. I had no talent at all for painting. But I visited my art self. Now, I don't want information from my art self because what is he going to tell me? With photography, it was information that I could use. But what in the world could an artist tell me? Nothing. But I figured I got to work this out, because if it works, it could be an important process for everyone. It could be my contribution to the world. Talk about personal development. Nothing would be better than being able to reach into a successful self and bringing back that self's talent. Well, not everybody wants to be an artist. You may want to be a mechanic. You may want to be an architect. You want to be a dog groomer, a barber, a tennis player, a golfer. I'm only using art as a metaphor. What I'm saying is, if I can become an artist, what can you become?